Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to read. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Lo.
Hey, yo, what's happening, people? What's going on? It is 8:30 something. Oh, we late. What's happening, people? It's time for Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And Ask a Cop's not here, but you see he's been filled in with some lovely young lady who you know. But go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to get this thing going, man, as we get going. Listen, been telling you for the longest. Hit them buttons over there to the side, the love button, the like button, the hug button, get mad. You can even cry with us. Either way, when you hit that button, it's going to help our
algorithm
go up. It's going to go way up. Guess what, people? I've been telling you this also. We're on Spotify. We're on Amazon Music. We're on YouTube. And we're also on TikTok. Classic Conversations, people. Just go look it up. Find us. Hit the button, man. Hit the button, woman. Just hit it. Just hit it. Share. we need to share. We need to follow. Need to subscribe. All of it is free. All of it is free. Just doing us a favor. You're doing it for everybody else. I mean, what Shay? How many views did Shay get? 15,000, 15 million?
It's over 50 million at this point.
Over 50 million. And some of y'all was watching that, and some of y'all have subscribed to Shay. Why can't you subscribe to us? Come on, man.
Right.
Get that stuff in. So we'll get this thing going. Get it going. Angelo.
What up?
How you doing, bro?
Everything's good, man.
How was your week, bro?
Everything was good. I can't complain, man. I want to do a special shout out, man, to my aunt. Happy 50th wedding anniversary.
Okay.
We celebrated that up there in Virginia, man. So happy anniversary. What a blessing. My Aunt Orlena, Uncle Jasper, good deal. Other than that, man, you know, everything's good. TZ, I have no complaints at all. Billy Sorrell this past weekend, man. We got Rodney Perry this weekend, so that's gonna be dope. I got my new hat, national champion, Michigan Wolverine. Everybody you have to just not see what this hat says. Just thought I'd remind you.
Good stuff, man.
Thought I'd remind them who.
Good stuff.
You know, national champion Michigan Wolverines. But yeah, other than that, man, no complaints, brother.
Okay, good deal. Well, I'm glad to be back, man. I'm gonna tell you, bro. I came down sick. When I tell you this viral infection is going around, is
Hey, TZ,
no
I meant to
joke.
say this to you the other day too, man. This is like the third one. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Are you
I
taking
said
your
that
vitamins?
too. Nah. No. I'm not.
That's not true. You know what I mean?
I'm not.
Well, here
I'm
might be
not.
it might be the problem,
I
JT.
I felt one thing I fell off on was my zinc. And came back from the problem was, like, you know, up in Pittsburgh with that -12 and came back here and it was 40 and 50. I thought it was summertime, you know, and then I hung out with a, 70s night with a wig on and I was sweating and yeah, bro, it took me down.
And you're not taking
Took
your
me
vitamins.
down. Yeah, not doing that either.
Getting you're not a spring chicken anymore, my brother. You know,
Got my wife sick. Man.
I know we have a hard time. Man.
Got my wife sick.
Oh yeah. That makes it even worse.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm probably right now at about 90%, to be honest with you. Still a little winded. I was telling the doctor before the show, I go down to the basement and plan on coming back up all the way upstairs in my office, and I have to take a break on the main level. I have to sit down, and usually I end up sitting down for about 30 minutes and forgot what I was doing. Yeah, but other than that, man, the week was good. Like I said, the wife is feeling better now. She got sick over the weekend, so we basically switched places. I got better, and I cleaned the room up and Lysoled it down and put her in the room. And,
How about that?
So we switched places. She went from nurse, I went to doctor. So yeah, my Tar Heels, I'm a little worried right now. We having that, that game, the trap game before the big game. So we here in Atlanta this weekend. I actually thought we was here next week, and I didn't mess around and didn't get my ticket, but I'm glad I didn't since MJ wouldn't have been here anyway.
Right,
I ain't want to miss 2 weeks in a row. So
I'm surprised you ain't got the game on. Since Boss Lady not here, you might have got away with it.
yeah, I know. Actually, I'm good.
Boss Lady don't be in that.
Yeah. I'm good though. I'm good because we need the comments and everything up there, so I'm good. I can watch it here on my phone.
Number one, say hurry up and get to the AFC Championship game.
We're down 4 right now. We're down 4.
That's too
8
funny.
minutes left. What's up, Malcolm? Malcolm said, "What's up, Lo?"
Malcolm. Oh man, what's up, brother? What's cracking with you, man?
And as Angela already said, as you can see, sitting to our right is the friend of the show, the counselor of the show, the one that actually keeps us right. When we say stuff, she can actually, verify what we say because she does have certificates and all that type stuff. We got Dr. Cindy in the building.
I'm here.
Hey,
How you doing? How you feeling?
All is well. I feel good. Today's been an amazing day. I had a few things I conquered today that was on the to-do list. It's always good when you knock that stuff off. So I feel good today.
Okay,
Amazing
good deal,
day.
Good deal. Hey, before we take our first break, man, did y'all hear about the folks stealing the Jackie Robinson statue? In
What?
Kansas City, somebody stole the Jackie Robinson statue, and all they left was his shoes. And it was a
Oh, man.
bronze statue.
Wait a minute, somebody
What?
stole the
Stole
actual
it.
statue.
They cut the statue. They cut through the legs of Jackie Robinson and left his shoes on the thing and took them. Now they found it this evening. They found it burned up. They burned it.
Stop.
What?
Yeah, in Kansas City. Yep.
Stop.
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah.
So this is supposed to be this is a racial thing?
Hey, Black History Month is,
I mean, the cut
Wow.
and only leave his shoes and then burn it. I mean, I'm assuming that's like a statement or something.
They don't have any suspects. They do have some witnesses that saw some
Wow,
people,
now I
but they
heard
can't
that one.
tell
Wow.
That's
what the
bananas.
nationality was. But yeah, man, yeah, stole the Jackie Robinson statue. It's in Kansas City or it's around Kansas City, but yeah. I mean, you would think Kansas City would be happy right now.
That's where that museum is, right? The baseball museum?
Is that where the
I
is
think
the
that's where
Negro
it
League?
is. Yeah, I think something. Yep.
is
I want to
that-
say that's where that's at.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't know that either.
I meant to look it up a
Make
little
the
more.
GO trip now.
But yeah, bro, took the statue.
Wow, that's crazy, man. I
Left
hear
the
that.
shoes. Took the statue, left the shoes, and they
deep.
found it this evening. They said it was burned.
Wow.
I mean, what? Yeah,
Ignorance, man.
Yeah, yeah.
There's nothing else but just ignorance, man.
Right.
yeah,
People are just ignorant, man.
yeah.
Now I heard that, man. I hope they catch whoever did it, though.
Right. Because what
How
kind of
you move a
message would
bronze
they?
statue?
Right.
By the way,
right. Like,
Dude,
how'd you carry that?
And they
Oh,
showed a
bronze
picture of
statue.
it with his feet still there, man. It was
and then how
like
do you burn a bronze statue?
what the heat that you have to use
Yeah.
to get that, because they said they found it, and the only reason they know what it is because of certain markers that's on it, but it's unrecognizable.
So they really
they
burned it.
really burned it. Where
Wow.
Can you
where
burn a bronze with regular fire?
Where can you
don't
go
think
to
so.
generate that much heat?
Yeah. They had to know what they were doing, huh?
And they purposely, yeah, for facts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I gotta find out. I don't know about that. Maybe that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. And that just happened recently.
Yeah, today.
Wow,
Yeah,
Wow.
that's jacked up.
today. Yeah, today.
That's jacked up.
All right, people. So listen, we're gonna take that.
Yeah. Well, look at Dwayne keeping time.
Actually, you know what? So that we can get things caught up, we're going to go ahead and take that first break right now. We're going to come back. We're going to get this thing started. We're going to talk about cougars.
Ow.
We're going to talk about why cougars are celebrated and sugar daddies are not. We'll be right back. Classic Conversations, JT and Love.
And that's the top.
Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
And ask a cop. Am I gonna do this all night?
People, no, you ain't got to.
All right. Yeah, MJ, you're not here.
Yeah, we'll do that at the end of the show. We'll
right.
mention them at the end of the
It
show.
just comes so natural. So
But we back, folks. We back. As I've told you before, man, please hit those buttons over there because when you hit those buttons, it's gonna help my
algorithm
go up. So like I said, you know, y'all folks doing it for everybody else. Do it for us, man. Hit them buttons for us. Make sure
do
that
it for
you
the
go,
culture.
Make sure that you go subscribe and follow. Yeah, do it for the culture, the people somebody that you can actually touch, somebody that you can actually hang out with. You know, you can actually hang out with us. Try and call Shay Shay and see what happened. Just telling you what I know. Just telling you what I know. So, man, let's get it going.
Shout out to our sponsor real quick, man.
Oh.
C's, Bees, and Bracelets. Cats, Bees, and Bracelets. C's Candles. And
let me tell you something.
loan on the Classic Conversation glasses. Appreciate
I'm going to tell you.
Dope.
Them C's candles, again, anybody out there smoking them cigars inside the house and you need something to mask that smell, get with C's candles, people. I promise you. That peach, oh, boy. That peach, yeah.
Something else?
Yeah, for real. Them some great candles, So, man, we're going to get this thing going. So, first topic of the night, we're going to talk about the age difference between partners, you know, dating, getting married or whatever. Recently, we just saw young lady, a basketball, somebody that was married to a basketball player. Her name is Draya. She's 39 years old.
She's married to a football
Married to a football
player.
player.
And was dating another basketball player.
Dating a basketball player. And now she's dating a basketball player that's 21, and her son is actually 21.
Mm-hmm.
You probably also seen in the news recently that Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, is dating Michael Jordan's son. So the thing is, you know, that woman was around this kid when he was a kid, you know, back in the day, probably at the barbecues and the championship, you know, the parades and everything, and now she's dating him. But, you know, she's getting, you know, celebrated. You know, she got her a young one. You know, that woman looked good for her age. She got her a young one. Well, the thing is, the difference is when a man that's 40 dates a woman 21, 25, you know, they feel that man is taking advantage of that lady. They feel that sometimes they want to call that man a molester. Why is
Predator.
it such a big difference in the descriptions of an older woman dating a younger man than an older man dating a younger woman?
So, two things. First is, it's wrong on both genders. First off, let's just be candidly honest. If when the age of this child, when they were born, you already an adult, it's just sick in every measure of the word. Most of these people were already parents when the children that they date were born. And to think about it, right? So if you 53 and you dating a 30-year-old and you already had kids at the time they were born, it's just sick. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the way to look at it. So then the next is to go into the reasons why people date, period, right? Everybody comes with a preset expectation that in their mind, love is love. However that comes. They don't look at age. They don't look at gender these days, right? They just want some love. And when anyone gives another human an attention, a human touch, is better than no human touch at all. So those that strive from the pain that they never resolved, they never healed, the first person to give them attention, make them smile, make them feel good in a lustful way, they seem to negate that for love when it's not. Now, we're talking about rich folks here. Well, all these people you just named, they rich, they got money. They ain't really, they doing what they want to do because they can. But the common people, I think it differs where people are frowning upon it with the rich people, yes, because it's in the media. But when people who don't have a whole lot of money do it, I think that's when the titles start coming in about the pedophiles and the predators and, you know.
So let me ask, do you think, does those, if an older woman of the common folks is dating a younger man, I think she's celebrated too within the, the local scene or whatever. I don't think that people go against, I know you're saying because, those folks are, they're at a different, they're out there in social media, they're at a different financial level and everything. But, even within the regular, us, if there's a dude that we know that's dating, say a dude is 44 and he's dating a 22-year-old, he's going to be looked upon in a different way than if a 44-year-old woman was dating a 22-year-old.
And let me add on to that before you answer that.
Okay.
To add on to what he's just said, we also have a scenario where you can, in terms of how they're looked at, years ago, it was celebrated with a movie called Stella Got a Groove Back.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was celebrated
Facts.
amongst black women.
Yeah.
So now, just add on to that part. Go ahead.
It's interesting that you put it in those factors, right? I think in a whole sense of it, again, it's wrong. And you have certain people that celebrate love, not necessarily who's being loved. That makes sense. So it's like she was maybe, if you think about the whole Stella thing, right? Let's say since you brought that up, she was cheated on, she was abused, you know what I'm saying? It was just so much. They just like, oh, my friends, we just want to see her happy. So they're not looking at the thing. It was more like they knew that wasn't gonna last. It was a trip thing. Like while she was on the trip, he broke her back out. You know what I'm saying? She was okay. But when you think about people who build these relationships, both minds are never going to be the same. They're not built. They're not able to communicate the way they should. And I can imagine them private, intimate conversations are different because it's just to say I have someone more so than me. Well, I'm going to build with a person 25 years my junior. Well, I'm going to build with them. I'm going to still be teaching them. They're young. They're still not ready.
All right, I think we got a caller. Caller, state your name. If you don't want to, just say what's up and let us know what you're talking about.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Halu from Nashville, Tennessee.
What's
I hope
up,
I'm not
bro?
echoing. Can y'all hear me okay?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we hear you. What's that?
Yeah, man, I was on the show some time ago. Hope y'all remember me. It's been a minute.
My man that came up. Yeah. I got you. What's happening with you, bro? I was going to read your comments, but I'm glad you called in. Go ahead.
I dig this conversation, and I'm listening to the comments, and I'm looking at the chat, and why is it seems like, because I had women from all over the world, basically. In our culture, especially Black American culture, we're the only ones that seemingly have a problem with age gap dating. But I notice women typically want a man that can lead. Well, how is it a 25-year-old man can lead another 25-year-old woman? It makes no sense. And I would challenge what the sister just mentioned a moment ago, that you're always going to be teaching. Well, that's why women typically look for a man that is older, who's been through some things. He's had some money, he's lost it, he knows how to get it back. He can lead. Whereas if you were to be a 40-year-old woman and you want a 25-year-old young man, the balance is going to be quite different. You know, so you mentioned my other brother right there mentioned how Stella got a groove back. That's been going on for quite a while. Women going to Jamaica, get broken off, and then coming back to the States. The difference with that is when men get younger women, well, we can have babies with her, and then we still are going to be taking care of the family. So the whole thing is different, and you can't compare apples and oranges. You can only compare apples and apples. I hope that's making sense.
Yeah, it's a great view. We appreciate the view for sure. I think if we just look back, right? Think about our parents. A lot of our parents' ages are different, right? I think for years, my mom and my daddy had an age gap. A lot of people's parents are, but we don't know it because when we're coming up, we don't know their age for real. We kids. We don't know to say, Mama, how old are you? Well, Daddy, how old are you? But when we become adults, we be like, well, how, Mama, Daddy, you was like 10 years older. Mama was still in high school. What you was doing, right? Well, people don't understand.
Well, we also got to remember also that people were getting married at younger ages back then too. People and women were a lot more mature back then.
But no, a lot of people weren't married then because of maturity. They were married because if you got pregnant, the parents made you marry them.
Well, yeah, that too. But let's not forget the fact that when you would go on a quote unquote date, the courting aspect, the young lady never went alone. It was always her sister, her cousin, and or the auntie that went along on that date. So there was no hanky-panky, if you will. So she typically didn't get impregnated until after the marriage.
Nah. Well, okay, let's say that's individually based, right? But in all fairness, right?
Well, if you look at the statistics of it, because we black people were the most married back in the day.
Well, that's because it differs. When I say it differs with that, is because we only know what we had going on. We don't really know what, let's say, Caucasians, they ran us. We didn't really know, right? We were married. People began to be married back before our parents. Like I'm in a generation where my parents and their parents were still in fields. So understanding that they were still being told what to do, how to do. So a lot of people came up married because they could create a family to be able to work. So they knew once a girl was of age where she could conceive, a lot of parents were 12 and 13 having babies, but the daddies was older.
Well, yeah, but let's bring it past us being in the fields.
Okay.
Because even after the whole enslavement during Jim Crow, we were married at an 80% rate, as opposed to our counterparts. That includes Asians and Latins. So we were still the most married. Pretty much the time when we stopped getting married was there was the second wave of feminism, which was in the late 60s, when typically black men were fighting for the right for equal pay for equal wages, and that kind of changed the power dynamics between black men and white women. And no one's going to believe that white women are deprived of anything. So they incorporated black women into they're under patriarchy, when in fact black men have never been in a position to be over anybody in this country.
Well, let me ask you a question. From this particular conversation, are you saying that you don't understand the hoopla for the two scenarios? Number one, Draya Michele being 39, 40 years old, being possibly pregnant, and dating a kid the same age as her son. Your feeling on that is what?
My statement on that, I can't say I have a problem with it. I will question, well, okay, if you're in your 40s, when does geriatric pregnancy set in? What are the benefits of, why do people get married? So are we talking about dating, or are we talking about marriage? That's the whole dynamics right there. If we're talking about marriage, well, then we're talking about family. Mm-hmm. So typically a man that marries, he wants to have his own legacy, which is his children. Most likely he's going to want a woman that can bear more fruits. Typically it's not an older woman. And if he's just dating and they just want to have fun, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, but you got to think in this listen, well, that's a question. her child right now she has is the same age as a man she's supposed to be pregnant by. So we as humans have to stop giving ourselves so much credit for having babies, because if that's the case, every time we have sex we'd be pregnant. That's not the case. But for some reason this child was created to come into the world, if that, right? We don't even know if she's pregnant. We going by what the media say. We don't know. But just to think of it. So is this her son friend? This her son homeboy,
No,
right? So
no.
they don't know each other,
Right.
but they're in the same realm of life because
Age
of who
range.
she's dealt with.
And he's an NBA
And
basketball player.
exactly. So her
Rich.
thing has to, sex is sex, and we know she get a bag. This is what we know she attracts. Is
Yeah,
men
well, I
with
mean,
this
when
money.
we look at that, we know that her reason for doing that is about the bag. She
Okay.
can't say that she's in love with this young brother.
No, she could.
Because it's 20 of-
She could
it's
be
20
in
of-
love. I think that's what I was trying to describe.
Well, I mean,
is what love is for
Is
you,
it
though.
likely, though? Is it
what
likely? And love is just an emotion. And
Nah,
love is, typically, when people get married, the love came later. You got married because it was typically beneficial for the family as a whole. If my daughter meets your son and you have a lot of land and I have a lot of cows, well, we bring in the whole family and we make an empire.
Yeah.
So this is why we have so many irreconcilable divorces, because, well, I'm not happy anymore. I'm not in love anymore. So is it possible that she loves this young brother? Yeah, it's possible, but is it likely? No, she loves what he can provide.
So what's your position, though? Do you feel like it's okay? You don't have an issue with it? Is it she's wrong or he's, you know what I mean? Like, how would you...
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think I really don't think anything is wrong with it. As long as I would hope that young brother is aware of what he's gotten into, which I really don't think he has.
Well, he
That's
knows
why a lot of people didn't like. What's that brother that's the
What's your view, though? Do you think it's wrong? You personally, what's your
No, I don't think it's wrong.
Okay.
I don't think it's wrong. I just wonder how aware he is. Like the one coach, he has two sons. I think in the NFL, or is it basketball? He teaches his sons to kind of, what is it?
You said
what's that
coach?
brother that he's a coach or something? Mm-hmm. He has two sons, black guy. Mm-hmm. I forget his name, but he's teaching his sons to be leery and aware of getting trapped. And right now, the NBA has a thing about what is that rule they have? And I wish I could remember where.
Yeah, they have.
They don't have their. They caution their players about.
Yes,
getting women knocked up, and it's a whole big thing right now.
Yeah, they have a symposium or something that they teaching them, but I mean, you said that you're cool with it. I'm just trying to figure out why
absolutely.
is it that if this was switched around, if this was a 39-year-old dude that got a 21-year-old pregnant and had a 21-year-old daughter, again rumored, he would be called a child molester.
Definitely would be.
But when a woman does it, why is it that she's just a cougar and she could be in love?
Nah.
Unfortunately, and that's the part that I don't agree with, that double standard. And that's the only problem that I have a problem with about it, because that doesn't make him. That was an actor, Idris Elba, as old as he is. He has a 24-year-old. You know, and nobody's and people. He got a lot of flack from that, but nobody has canceled Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, I was gonna say that somebody actually, one of the comments, LaShawn C. Wright Jones, what's up, homie? Glad you're tuning in. She said this is just as bad as Jada messing with her son's friends, and then she was talking about the standards that some of these ladies have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and typically the men that do those things,
but it's bad.
Do they not try to marry said women? Typically?
Yeah, your son's friend is bad.
Yeah.
Again, I think in a whole sense of it, it's wrong on both levels. Is nobody can try to. People can say cougars get accolades. They don't, because you ain't got no business messing with these folks' children, and these men ain't got no business messing with these little girls. So everybody's gonna have their view.
When are you an adult though?
Yeah, we ain't talking about. We're not talking age as an adult. We're talking maturity. We're talking if I needed you to run the house right now with everything. If I got sick because I'm old and I got sick and I had to stop taking care of the house because the money went down, can you handle it? It's so many entities of it.
But see, that's a good point, Doc. But I think some people think because of that scenario, if I'm 70, 60, 70 years old, why do I want to marry somebody that's same age and may not be able to take care of me no better than I can take care of myself, but this 40 or 50-year-old can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why would that, I guess what I'm asking is, is there ever an age gap where it doesn't look as bad to you?
Probably 10 to 12 years, I think is fair. Them 20s is deep.
Okay.
Them 20s is deep. 10 years younger is, that's okay.
I feel it's different as you get older.
Sure.
Because if you're 70 and you marry a 50-year-old, y'all both kind of old. You know
old anyway, huh?
Yeah, you both
Y'all
kind of old.
anyway.
One is just older.
Yes.
But 40 and 20.
I have some friends that
that's
are
a little
more
different. I just feel
I have some
41 and 21.
Asian
21
friends
is considered adulthood.
and their age bracket is
20-year
typically
gap is
the
something
20
else.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I there's a 10-year gap with me and Casper, and I tease her every now and then. I'm like we're looking at a show, and it might say this was during the 1973 time frame, and I'm looking at her like, you wasn't even here. I was 6. Or when I got the military, wow, you in the 5th grade. And
I think
I'm
10 is
paying taxes.
doable. Yeah.
It looks crazy when you're younger.
Yeah.
But I think as you get older, it doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
Or is it because we're just simply a judgmental society?
That has a lot to do with it too.
Now,
That's
as he said, why is it such a big thing within our culture?
Yeah.
Our culture is very judgmental.
We are.
Very judgmental.
We are.
Yes, we will get on somebody quick, fast.
Yeah.
We will do it really, really fast. That's a good point.
But I think a lot of us
That's a
also
great
have
point.
had the molestation issue, right? And so where other cultures are not as vocal, even though statistics shows more other cultures, like the gypsies, right? I don't know if anybody's aware, but there's this group of organized families called the gypsies. They are of Caucasian descent, and they literally prepare their 13-year-old daughters. As soon as they turn 13, they're prepared to be a wife for a house. And at 16, they get their own home. But they literally are created. And the sick part of it all is it has to stay in their family. They cannot. So Uncle Bobby can marry niece or cousin, whatever. And then if they marry into it, they literally go and build a whole nother house. They have the statistics shows most of their children have Down syndrome because they're marrying in the family, and it's all to keep the money. They get so crazy that if the school kind of finds out what's going on, they will completely move an entire generation of family members to a whole nother state and start life again.
Well, I want to kind of piggyback off of that just to a small degree, if I may. You mentioned the molestation.
Yeah.
Which is why marriage, seemingly to me, is a beneficial thing, because typically molestations happen when it's not the biological father or biological mother. We talk about the men doing said things, which is ridiculous and it's horrific. But let's not forget, Antoine Fisher, that movie is not a one-off. Those things happen to men just the same.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure we all know the statistics. Yeah,
no, we were
we all know the
mentioning the
statistics of
judgmental
black
part.
men being the most involved in rearing up their children.
Yeah. We were mentioning
And
the
everybody's seeing
judgments.
now. I'm sorry?
We were mentioning why the black culture is so judgmental, and I think the majority of it is because, yes, both genders have been molested. So anyone molested is going to frown upon somebody with an age difference in relationships.
Perfect example.
But wouldn't that part go down to, okay, well, that person, if you're going through X, Y, Z in life, the world doesn't know you stand, and you need to go get healing for your own said issues. I can't be responsible for what happened to my woman that I'm interested in as she was a child. If she was molested, and I've had lady friends where that they don't like seeing a child sit on a man's lap, even if it's his own child at a certain age.
Yeah, that's a moral.
And that man, his mind isn't on that ridiculous thing. He just wants to hold his baby.
Yeah, but it's a moral.
But
So
because
some
of
people
what you
grew
dealt
up
with-
like that. Right? That some women grew up that your grandmothers, because back then, older men would put young girls on their lap and fondle them when they sit on their lap. Because what does men have in their laps,
But
right? That's a
when we say that's the
moral.
majority, or I don't say it didn't happen. I'm sure these things happen, no doubt. But we can't say that's like a typical thing that happened.
Okay.
For example, here's another example
You know?
of things that's kind of Al Pacino, 83 years old, just had a child by a 29-year-old. Now, is the media destroying Al Pacino? Is Al Pacino getting silenced? Is he going to be canceled? Of course not.
Nope.
Had it been
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman,
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson, one of our folks,
Yeah.
8-year-old, we be persecuting that person right now.
Yes.
We would.
We-
And
Yeah.
the media would jump on it just because we would start.
They would
Exactly.
they would just light the match. They'll allow
Yeah.
us to throw the
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah.
So ultimately, who's the ones that are crucifying these brothers?
Huh?
I said, so ultimately, who's the one that's crucifying these brothers who are doing the same thing that this Caucasian guy is doing or Italian guy is doing?
We are our own culture.
Exactly.
Every time.
So why do we have an issue with these things? Is it because the older women can't get said men?
No, we just got an issue because at the end of the day, it ain't right. So it don't matter. We can look
Well,
at it the
well,
way we look at
when
it.
you say it ain't right,
Yeah.
let me ask you this question, Doc. When you say the words "it ain't right," that's a personal feeling.
That is.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
that is a personal feeling, and more so because when you look at it, every woman has an option, every man has an option. I don't care. They could be the bum on the street. Everybody got an option. People choose to hang out, deal with, connect, bond, and have sex with who they want. Right?
I disagree with that.
Everybody got a secret relationship nobody knows about. I don't care if it's a phone call. I
Wait.
don't care if it's sex.
Hold on. And listen, we got to get
I
ready.
disagree.
We got to get ready to go. But I heard him say, you disagree that people make their mind up to have sex with certain people?
No. She said that everybody has options.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
You don't have the option that you think you have, and a lot of people are upset with the option that they have.
No.
No.
We didn't
Everybody
say- we didn't
can't
say
get
that
a
you-
supermodel.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
We didn't say that you have the option that you want, but you have options.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You might not be able to get that
Okay.
chick,
I'm
that
bad.
guy, but there is
Right.
another chick or another guy.
Absolutely.
Listen, man, I appreciate you calling in, bro, but I assume
Hey,
our
thanks a lot,
director,
man.
our boss about to be calling us and getting on our
Love the
case
show.
because the bell done rung and everything. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate your support, too. I see you. I see you out there.
Yeah, thank you.
absolutely. Y'all take it
Great
easy.
comments
Thank
tonight.
you.
Appreciate it.
Hey, listen, Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. We got a lot of comments we're going to try and go over when we get back. We'll be right back.